Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my subscribers. Those of you who are not subscribed, welcome, welcome. My name is Jackie. This is going to be a general reading. A general they went no contact is a permanent or temporary. And what's the story for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I'm going to pull a couple of different kinds of cards for you. So let's get right into it. But remember, these are general readings. Can't expect much more than that on such a general platform. So take what resonates, throw out the rest. And remember, guys, when it comes to relationships, ultimately, we do have free will, okay? We do have free will. So you have to, figure out what works for you, okay? This is going to be your crowning energy. And this I'm going to put for your energy for the future, okay? So that's going to be just for you, all right? Let me just put that there. Okay, let's get into the Rider-Waite. I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, with these relationship reads, it's tough. Especially because when... Well, those of you who are tarot readers, because I know I have a lot of tarot readers that who tune in. But you guys know about the enmeshment, with energies. Especially when you're doing relationship reads. So it's very common for the energy to be vice versa. So just understand that. Not a big deal. The energy that's indicated is indicated as the energy. So just take it as it applies. Even though I'm going to be pulling cards that are pretty specific, but it might be flip-flop. So this first line I'm pulling is what your partner was thinking before you guys went no contact. The second line is going to be what was going on with you when you guys went no contact. And the third line is going to indicate what was going on with your partner, what's going on with your partner in their mind right now, okay? Now I'm going to pull a yes/no card, okay? That's going to indicate whether you guys are going to actually work this out and be able to get back on track. And this is going to be a future card for just you, which we will turn these over at the end, okay? And then the last, I did do a lot of pre-shuffling and meditating before. I really don't like to spend a lot of time on camera doing this. And now we're going to do the Witch's Tarot. This is going to just be for a row of advice of what you guys are going to be dealing with moving forward. Okay. All right, Scorpio. I don't know. How you guys doing? How you doing? We have the round and round is the wisdom of the oracle crowning energy. Yeah, so this indicates a challenging cycle that you're in that is very difficult for you to break. This means revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. You're seeing things differently. I'm getting very clearly that you're seeing things differently, that you're asking yourself, how did I get here again? Like something feels familiar right now with this no contact situation with your partner. So maybe this isn't the first time that you guys have been no contact. Maybe it's like a cyclical situation going on, but this energy indicates you repeating an old story. And if not with the same person, I am getting for many of you, it is going to be with the same person, but if not with the same person, the same sort of person. You know what I mean? They might not look the same, but who you were attracted to because of kind of like your easy acquaintance, with their qualities and style. I'm getting that this relationship was definitely a mix of what's good and what's challenging for you, Like when it's good, it's incredible, but when it's bad, there's nothing worse. So you may be feeling the need to circle back to this comfortable spot, that familiar place. And Scorpio, honestly, we're going to see what the rest of the cards say. And that's fine. Because you're going to get to do things differently this time because you learned something of great value since this is the last time around I'm getting. But the question here is, what are you seeing now that you couldn't see before? This is a really good energy for you to look at the deep motives you have and your real attraction to your partner. Like, this is a time for you to think about, who helps you in your life and who sabotages you, who supports you. And do you feel like you're repeating any patterns from your past? Because this is a time to figure out what works and what doesn't. And it's time for you to stop any sort of crazy cycle that you have yourself on, like a crazy person, round and round, Because I am getting this energy really supports you really looking at your own personal responsibility for repeating any lessons that you are, to repeat lessons that you really don't want to learn, You don't want to learn. So that's what I'm getting a very karmic vibe here, because that's what happens, right? With karma, especially karmic soulmates. If you don't learn the lesson the first time around, it's going to keep rearing its head, just in a little bit of a different way until we learn the lesson. I am getting here that you are learning the lesson, so I do like this for you. But absolutely be good to yourself during this time. 100%. Be good to yourself. So let's get right into their energy row here. This is leading up to the no contact. So Seven of Cups reverse is the first card. And this indicates choices and confusion, but the kind of choices that aren't substantial yet. You know, recognizing like what's possible, this kind of like utopia, beautiful things for the future, but genuinely not knowing if they could trust it. But the fact that it's reversed is the same thing, except your partner's emotions are really, really extreme in the reverse. So I get that they were idealizing a situation and avoiding a very important truth about the relationship and about themselves. And this does indicate that they were feeling, Scorpio, that you were not being completely honest with them. They started to feel like they were being deceived by you and that you were not being faithful to them entirely. And they started to feel that being committed to you at this point was not the right thing, and that stepping back until the situation became more clear to them was necessary. But I am getting that they are playing emotional games with themselves for sure. They're not trusting you because of issues that because of circumstances leading up to this. I feel like they did something and they're feeling really guilty about it. Okay, I'm getting that. And they're deflecting. I feel like I did a reading for you guys last month where you guys dealt with a lot of deflection. Anyway, okay, let's continue. Then we have the Six of Swords reverse, which indicates separation and spending time apart. Okay, you know, that's the basic level of this energy is a relationship ending. So no kidding, because obviously this is a no contact. Okay, so fine. But it's reverse. So even though it's reverse, it's similar to the upright, except it indicates a need for them to escape. But like they couldn't escape. There was some kind of delay because they felt like there were certain problems and issues that needed to be addressed and resolved before they could actually be, and this sounds terrible, but be free of the situation, even if only temporarily. Because I'm getting, Scorpio, your partner's intentions were not in the right place. I'm getting that they were not focused on the right thing. They were too fixated on a certain outcome, and they were losing the forest for the trees, as that saying goes. They were feeling very frustrated, but they were not looking at the elements in the relationship that they needed to address. They just weren't being honest with themselves. They were wanting to leave because they identified you as the problem, and they were not looking at themselves and their own issues. And then we have this last card here in their row, which is the Ace of Pentacles reverse, which reveals greed and selfishness and holding fast to a certain outcome. It's like they so convinced themselves of a certain narrative and they were not going to hear anything else. For many of you, this is going to indicate that your partner just started to become this thing who became very materialistic, and just started focusing on like one goal or one thing at the expense of everything else. That's going to make sense to somebody. That's a very specific message. But I'm also getting that they were not being very supportive of your relationship during this time. And this is telling me, yeah, because, you know, the Pentacles could be supportive. It can be money, but it could also be health and their ability to be supported or feel supported. But the fact that, you know, it's the Ace of Pentacles, this would indicate that they were not giving you support that you needed. And also this tells me that they were somehow mismanaging some part of their life. It could have to do with money, or it could just have to do with the practical aspects of life. But one thing for sure is they began to view you as very grasping and view you as materialistic and selfishly wanting to keep everything like for yourself, not take any responsibility for anything. And I'm just getting that at this point, Scorpio, you guys are just on very different pages. And there was just a lot of deflection going on here. So if we look down at your row, the energy starting out, your energy before this no contact is the Fool, which, Scorpio, this is like you were just checking out. Like, not that you don't love them. I'm not getting that, but okay. So the Fool card, it's ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of unpredictability. But I'm getting that's what you really liked. This energy indicates a willingness to take a calculated risk, feeling that, in your heart, that it's never too late to begin something new or to follow your heart at that point. You felt like you had been stuck for so long and you were just totally done with your partner flipping the script on you and blaming you for stuff, that there was this pushing away. Like, they were just pushing you away. And I feel like you guys recognize that moving ahead without this relationship into the unknown was risky, but it was a chance that I'm getting you were willing to take because you so badly just wanted to feel optimistic again and find just a healthier way of living, like a new way of living. So I have to tell you, because this is what this energy indicates, it does indicate a new relationship, Scorpio, that you either found someone new or you became interested in someone new, or you just started to kind of daydream, fantasize about finding someone new. But definitely an indication here that you were sort of at least emotionally stepping outside the relationship. And again, I am not getting because you did not love your partner, but because you were just really, really tired of the bullshit. And then we have the Knight of Wands energy. So for some of you, I am getting that you actually met someone new. And for others of you, where this is just an influence, I'm feeling that you guys started to feel that these blocks that you were feeling regarding like progressing your life forward was finally starting to be lifted. You started to feel this lightening. And this card is actually great energy to move projects forward or move, find new work, just progress your life forward. And again, though, I have to say, this does indicate you meeting someone new. I'm not even saying that you totally engaged with them, but I'm getting this very strong, so it's going to resonate with somebody, that during all of this, someone new entered your life. Someone new did, yeah. And then we have the last card in your row, which is the Ten of Pentacles reverse, which this indicates communication problems in the relationship. So, yeah, I'm getting for many of you that this also has something to do with family getting in the way. But I'm also getting that your partner became overwhelmingly demanding in many areas of your life together. And on the most basic level, this does indicate like money or property issues. But I'm getting, as far as you go, I feel like ambition took over your personal life in a way. So this could mean that maybe you just sort of really throwing yourself into work or yourself into self-improvement. So this could be you really getting into working out, or you really throwing yourself into some sort of self-help, therapy, meditation, something that was going to improve your mental state. Like, you just needed to do this, and it's almost at the expense of everything else in your life. Like, you just felt the need to throw yourself in there. But I'm getting your partner was not even a major consideration for you at that point. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. But again, not because you didn't love them, but because you started to recognize that they are not the right thing for you. So the first energy indicating where your partner is at now is the Three of Wands reverse, which is another communication problem card. Delay in moving forward. It's a very difficult energy for relationships. And I'm getting that they're having a really hard time expressing themselves and having a really hard time being honest with themselves more than anything about what's going on and what's gone on. And they're feeling very frustrated right now. But Scorpio, I have to tell you, I feel like you're seeing straight through the bullshit. I just do. And the next card is the Knight of Swords energy. And I'm getting that you guys, for many of you, this indicates a very unpredictable and tempestuous time for your partner. And I'm feeling like a handful of you are going to be kind of in that maybe not no contact, but like minimal contact. And when you do, it's nothing but arguments. As I get very much, at least your partner is going through this, and they might be projecting it onto you, but a roller coaster kind of energy, some truths coming to light, underlying conflicts being exposed. This is very much a stressful and confusing time for them. And okay, if this represents your partner rather than an influence, it shows me that they're very determined and driven and very focused, like on a mission, without any fear to move this ahead to try to make this relationship work. But the thing is, they're not being real. It's like they're hiding behind a false persona and false promises with you. It's like they generated their own lies and they keep telling themselves this story, this narrative over and over again. But I do get that they want you back. But they're going to keep making it your fault. And there's going to be a lot of arguing and a lot of things are going to be revealed in the process. So I don't know. It's weird though, because we have the Two of Knights together, one on top of the other here. And when we have two knights upright so close, that does indicate friendship. So I am getting that despite all of the crazy here, you actually consider each other friends. And I feel like that's the part that's messing you both up. You know, even though like you can't work things out, it seems like on an intimate level, you have this friendship, there's this bond. So definitely karmic soulmates I'm getting here. But then we have the Three of Cups reverse, which is telling me that your partner is not handling things well. This indicates a flirtation or indulgence that's gotten way out of hand. Something went too far. Very heated emotions. This shows me like distance and a lack of cohesion and understanding. They're very opinionated, very egotistical, and I don't know if this is going to make sense, but they're becoming skewed in their own mind about themselves, if that makes sense. Like I feel like their house of cards is starting to fall apart on them. But it does tell me that they feel betrayed. And they feel very unmotivated and unsupportive of the relationship at this point. But again, I feel like they honestly believe that you are the main issue, Scorpio. Yeah. All right, let's look at your advice column. Scorpio, Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. I'm getting here that there's an unwillingness to share feelings and an unwillingness to do the work that needs to be done in order to save this. But at the same time, there is so much anxiety, so much, there are sleepless nights, there's depression, there are anxiety attacks. Is this the right thing? Is it not the right thing? And I'm getting that both of you are feeling this. Then we have another Seven of Cups reversed. So you guys know the Seven of Cups energy, you know, it's, you know, the castle is the ultimate utopia, you know, what you genuinely want for yourself. And then we have jewels, which represents like, you know, assets and resources and wonderful things going on. And then we have a card for higher consciousness, and we have a card for wisdom. And, you know, we have these Seven Cups where it's a mixed bag. It's this wonderful utopia. But then we also have the dragon, and then we have the wreath. Do we have the wreath? Yeah, here it is. The wreath, which indicates, you know, possible deception. So I get that there's not a lot of trust here for you guys to move things forward, Scorpio. I'm sorry, like, this is the reading that I'm getting. This is not going to resonate with everyone, but this is absolutely for somebody. So let's get right into pulling this card, the yes/no card. Okay, let's get that. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. That would be a no, okay? That you guys would be able to work this out. I'm sorry if those of you who wanted to work it out, because I understand, like, I do understand even though things went on that couldn't be trusted, and all of these fights and all of this, it is this twofold thing where on the one hand, you spent I feel like you spent a good amount of time with them, and then ending the relationship is like losing a part of you, and that's always hurtful. But then on top of it, I am getting that you guys did have this friendship, this understanding, this something, but You just couldn't make the intimate part work. So this is a future card for you, Scorpio, and a future oracle. Okay. Okay. Are you kidding? The oracle is not for you, which indicates that something is being denied to you. And this is a real rejection is protection energy. Listen, Scorpio, some relationships just carry like an innate bad seed of failure, where it's obvious from the beginning that it's not really going to work, but we ignore the red flags because we really don't want to acknowledge them. Can't beat yourself up over that. Everyone does that, okay? Well, I don't know anyone who hasn't done that at least a few times, okay? But when a relationship is not meant to be, it's not possible to make it. You guys know that, but it's painful to hear. Yeah, but, rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine and that there are great things coming. In this situation, because it's a very general reading, you may be the one doing the rejection. But remember, you're doing it for both of your sakes because this is not a healthy energy. All right, so let's see what we have coming up for your future. Scorpio, Page of Cups. You're meeting somebody new. You are absolutely meeting somebody new. Well, I like how this turned out. You're meeting somebody new. Someone who's not afraid of intimacy. Somebody who is not afraid to really open up their heart to you in the way that you so badly need. And I feel like they're going to be very understanding about everything you went through here. Yeah, all right, Scorpio. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope this resonated with some of you, and if not, maybe we're able to take a seed for thought, because that's what tarot really is about. It's about being a tool for thought, All right, guys, you take care. I'll see you this coming week for the last 2 weeks of May reads. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.